The one, the only, Ben Sion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're doing Masechah Shekalim, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Vav and Zayin. Mishnah Vav says, "Ve'elu shachayavim b'kalbon." Kalbon is a chiyuv. The Rabbanan mandated that when you give a machas a shekel, basically, usually you come with a shekel. People don't have half a shekel. So you give a shekel, and it gives you back half a shekel. Now, anyone who deals with money knows that there should be a fee for exchanging money. Usually, people come to you, people come to me with 200 shekel bills, and they're like, "Give me change for 100 shekel." I hate when people do that, because it's hard. It's bad to be stuck with the big bills if you have a lot of them, because oftentimes you need small change, and people will ask often. You ask once in a while for a favor, it's not a big deal, but it's a favor asking for someone for change. Some people, if you go to a store, they'll have a lot of change, they'll give it to you, but when you ask them for change, or you give them a large, someone owes you 10 shekel, and they give you a large denomination of 200 shekel, that's hurting you. You have to give 190 shekel back to the person. It's not easy. There's a fee for. It's not a free thing to just ask for change from somebody, right? To have smaller denominations usually is better than have one large denomination. So you have to pay a fee, right? These are money changes you're giving to. So you're giving the big shekel, giving a machzah shekel. So part of it's sometimes it costs money to have a supply of machzah shekel. It costs extra money, so you have to pay back hektish for that. So therefore, everyone's chayiv in a couple. Levim Yisrael v'gerim avadim mishuchrorim. Anyone basically chayiv in machzah shekel. Avalo kohanim and nashim avadim muktanim. Because technically, nashim avadim muktanim don't have to give a machzah shekel. So if they give it, we're happy that they gave it. And the kohanim, the practice was not to force them to give a machzah shekel. If they gave, they gave. They're really supposed to give, but a lot of them had an excuse not to give, and we don't want to put pressure on the kohanim because they're the one doing the avodah. So we don't penalize them. Ashoka al yidei kohen, al yidei isha, al yidei eved, al yidei kata and potter. If you give a machzah shekel for a kohen or an isha or an eved or katan, who are basically not necessarily going to give machzah shekel, even if you just give them to borrow and they're going to pay you back, again, since they're not obligated, you're not obligated to give this kalbon. V'im shekel al yado v'al yad chaveru chayav b'kalbon echel. Let's say I give one shekel, but it's for two people. So therefore, I'm not really hurting them so much. They have to, divide that shekel into machzah shekel, but it's only one change, right? So it's like giving a shekel and getting back machzah shekels. You only chayav one kalbon. We'll see how much a kalbon, the value of a kalbon in the next Mishnah. Rabbi Meir omer shnei kalbon. Rabbi Meir says no, that when you give, even if I pay one shekel over two people, Rabbi Meir apparently holds it's not just a money changing fee. It's actually there's the Rabbanan where it goes there that any time you machzah shekel, even though there's only going to be a little bit of a changing fee over here, anytime you give a machzah shekel, you have to give a kalbon, no matter what. Even if you give exactly a machzah shekel, you have to give a kalbon, right? According to the Rabbanan, if you give exactly a machzah shekel, you don't have to give a kalbon. I know it's saying sela v'notel shekel chayiv shnei kalbon. Let's say you give a sela is worth 2 shekalim, right? So here you gave basically 4 machzah shekel. So you're asking for a shekel back and a machzah shekel back. So there are 2 things you're asking back for. So you have to give 2 kalbonos. Zayin ashoka al yidei ani v'al yidei shcheno v'al yidei ben iro potter. If you pay the kalbon, if you pay machzah shekel for a poor person, he doesn't have money to pay machzah shekel, or your neighbor who refuses to give a machzah shekel, or ben iro, anyone who's lives in your city who's not giving, he decides not giving machzah shekel. So you paid it for him. You're not giving it a loan. You're paying it for this guy, even though he's obligated to machzah shekel. We're going to get the machzah shekel from this guy. So therefore, you're exempt from the kalbon. Hilvam chayav. If you give them to pay back, they're going to pay you back. Then you are chayav because they're going to have to pay you back the kalbon also. Achim b'ashutfim shechayavim v'kalbon p'turim ma'aser behema. When brothers divide up the estate of their father, or shutfim, or partners, right? Partners meaning they're brothers that divided the father's estate, and then they became partners in all the property together, right? There's the brothers before they divide the estate, and then when they divide the estate, and they just become partners together. So they're chayiv in kalbon. They're pturim in meiser behema. Meiser behema, any meiser behema is only for people that have a sole proprietorship over an animal. If you own an animal together with somebody else, the Gemara in Bechoros exempts you from meiser behema. Chayav in meiser behema, right? When brothers inherit their father's estate but have not yet divided it up, so they're considered basically just the father. It's the father's possession still until they divide it up. So it only belongs to one person, the father. It's chayiv meiser behema. Pturim in a kalbon. Whenever they're exempt from the kalbon, because basically they're giving the kalbon for their father, right? You're doing it for somebody else. In that case, right? Just like we said at the beginning of the mission, you do it for somebody else. So you're part from the kalbon. A kalbon. How much is the kalbon? Ma'al kesef. Ma'al kesef. Dear Meir. Meir says ma'al kesef, which is 1/24 of a sella. 1/24 of a sella. A sella is 2 shekalim, so it's 1/24 of a sella, which would be basically 1/12 of a shekel. Rachama omrim chatzi. They say no, it's 1/48 of a sella, which I guess would be 1/24 of a shekel. We hold like the Chavim. That's the conclusion of today's share. Stay tuned for Iyam Etzion, where I discuss this idea of kalbon in greater detail.